everyone, and Trisha, it's me Jenny, and this is another not quite naked video response to Trisha Hershberger's Naked Truth series, where she talks naked in order to be vulnerable in front of a camera without makeup, having just got out of the shower, and the Naked Army respond in kind to her topic, equally not wearing clothes. And I am pushing my boundaries and I'm going to make this video public. I'm wearing a towel. I'm not going to be naked, and the reason for pushing my boundaries on this particular video is because I'm going to be discussing the subject of courage and the subject of internet nudity, which is two topics combined, and when in Rome. And I realise that I've never really talked publicly about why I participate in the Naked Army vlogs and the Naked Truth series, but I don't do them naked, which sometimes I feel rather guilty about, but I realise that I haven't explained publicly why I don't do that. And for me, the primary reason is, the reason that I explained to Trisha on my first Naked Truth video is I don't view nudity as sexualised. I don't view it as a sexual act. I don't view it as a stigmatised act. Bodies are bodies. You know, we are born naked. It's just bodies. They're boring. They're just human things. Breasts are for feeding children. It's normal, it's human, it's nothing exciting. But in society, particularly Western society, it has got this sexualised undertone. It's got a lot of negative undertones for people who are just normal naked people. And for me, the concept of putting myself out on the internet into that societal undertone where it could affect my prospective employability or the associations that my friends and family could have for me, really is just something that I don't want to risk. And similarly, my sisters actually worked this out long before I did, is the concept that just because I and the Naked Army community feel like nudity is a non-sexualised thing, doesn't mean that anyone who witnesses or finds this video will believe the same thing, and that makes both me and, I'm sure, my family very uncomfortable, the concept that even though I don't view it as a sexualised thing, other people could. And that's the reason why I don't do these vlogs naked. However, I still do the Naked Vlog series. And the reason for that is I like this community. I like the fact that this kind of idea of non-sexualised nudity is prevalent in this little Naked Army community. I love the questions. I like the fact that I can just be candid and I don't have to I never wear makeup for this. I don't have to bother getting the perfect lighting. I'm sure I look very brown and freckled in this lighting. I don't have to worry about wearing relatively nice clothes. I can just wear a t-shirt or that sort of thing. I don't have to worry about, you know, brushing my hair and just whatever. And I just like the topics and I like the community, and that's the reason why I still participate in these vlogs, even though I never, and probably never will, do them naked. So I hope you can forgive me for that. For me, the entire thing comes under the brackets of considered consent. I've considered the risks. I consent to having this much of me out on the internet, but nothing more. And in considering the risks, I also consider things like if there's outtakes on this video where there are mistakes that happen, I will delete them from my camera before they go onto my computer, before they go onto the internet. As I kind of possibly already said, I am 22, I don't know what I want to do in my future, and I don't want to limit my future prospective careers or relationships based on socialised stigma of me being naked on the internet. I don't want to risk that. I don't know what I want to do, so I don't want to put anything out on the internet that could risk future employability. Similarly, I'm not politically important, I'm not socially important, I'm not culturally important, but in the future, if I am blackmailable, that would be on my computer, and I don't want to put anything on my computer or into the internet space that could then be dredged up years in the future that would then concern me. So I am very cautious about anything being on my camera or on my computer, and that is a consideration I take into account. If you are political or socially important and you have something that you would be embarrassed to see on the internet at a later date, don't film it. It's one of those, like Philip DeFranco, don't be stupid. Don't film crimes and then put it onto Facebook. I'm not saying that nudity on the internet is a crime, but if you have the feeling that it's private, really consider the risk of internet security, because it's an open space. There we go. And then on to the subject of courage. For me, again, consider consent. Bravery comes from considering the risks and then taking action. For me, I find courage from really looking at all of the risks and then finding a solution to each of them individually. In terms of stage performance, talking on camera, public speaking, I always think, what is the worst that could happen? I could fall off stage, I could do terribly, I could fumble my lines, I could get a bad grade in an exam, but what are the long-term effects of that? And in the end, does it really, really matter? Will there be retakes? Will, you know, the people in the audience remember in 20 years? Probably not. Life is a continuation, and having those thoughts in the back of my brain when I do something that really scares me just helps get through it. Bravery comes from knowing your fears and understanding them and then still taking actions. And I'm at the point in my life where a lot of my fears come from social future fears. The idea that an action that I take now at 22 could affect my life in 40 years' time. And it's getting to that point that the older I get, the smaller my prospective life choices become. And then I look at someone who's 80 and has climbed Mount Everest for the first time, or someone who is 60 and has just learnt to drive, and I realise that most of the risks in life just come from internal barriers. If you really want to do something and you really work hard for it, there's very few things that, at least as in a privileged society that I live in, that I couldn't achieve if I really, really work for it. And that is a very comforting thing, but it's also kind of terrifying, and that's kind of my conclusion before I end up going into a logical loop on Bravery, is consider the risks, try and make an action, and in the end there's very few things, as long as you're not risking your life, that you can do in this world that aren't solvable or fixable. And that's about it. I will see you guys all very soon. Trisha, thank you for the topics, plural. I don't know whether or not you saw my vlog on winning, but I did a vlog on winning for the Naked Army. I will continue to do Naked Truth vlogs, probably never ever naked, but if you are happy to have me in this community, not naked, I am very happy to continue to do videos. And if you would like me to stop calling them Naked Truth videos, I'm very happy to just do vlogs on a topic of Trisha Hershberger's choice, if that would help satiate the community. You've got my reasons. There we go. Feel free to comment down below, and I will see you all hopefully next week. Thank you for the topic, Trisha, and hopefully I haven't rambled into nothingness too much. Bye guys.